My name's Catherine. I make videos about dyeing, sewing, and upcycling. If that sounds like something you're into, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Today, I'm going to be using a tie-dye kit to do some ice dyeing. I got this tie-dye kit and I wanted to kind of test it out, see if it worked for ice dyeing. I know that you can use Procyon dyes or tie dyes, fiber reactive dyes. So anyway, I'm gonna give you the honest review for this tie-dye kit as an ice dye kit. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. It really helps my channel and helps other people to discover my channel. So without further ado, let's get started.
So before experimenting, I used this kit as intended as a tie-dye kit, and here are the results. As you can see, I got some really nice, vibrant colors. So as always, I'm going to go over the supplies I used, and I'm going to link them down in the description below. So first I had a 100% pre-washed cotton t-shirt, this tie-dye kit, rubber bands that came in the tie-dye kit, some drop cloths to make sure my space was nice and tidy, some cardboard pieces, a stapler, a window screen for my ice dyeing, an 18-gallon tote to catch the runoff from my ice dye, ice of course, probably about 6 cups, scissors for cutting everything apart at the end, and of course gloves for protecting my hands, and Synthropol for washing the ice dye, also known as dyer's detergent. So first I'm going to start by tying up my t-shirt, and I'm going to be doing some sort of geode patterns or concentric circles, whatever you want to call it. I'm just going to wrap my rubber bands around some peaks that I'm forming, and I'm just making sure to wrap them very tightly. This is a pre-washed t-shirt, of course. It's important to pre-wash anything that you're dyeing to prep the fabric for accepting the dye. I'm making this pattern by pinching random peaks throughout the t-shirt and then tying my rubber bands as tight as I can. It'll kind of look like a little bit of a sea monster at the end. Here is a close-up of what it looks like before I'm ready to dye. Next step is to make a collar, and I'm just making one out of cardboard, and it's about 4 inches tall or so, and I'm going to staple it to fit the size of the t-shirt. So whatever you're dyeing, you can adjust the collar to be the right size for the piece.
So here's my setup for ice dyeing. I have a window screen on top of an 18-gallon tote, or like a Rubbermaid, and this works great for me. I use it all the time. I know everyone kind of has their own setup, but this is just what I've been using since I started, and I just keep reusing it and reusing it, and it works great.
So now it's time to put some ice and dye on, and I just wanted to let you guys know that I teach multiple online workshops for different kinds of dyeing. So I encourage you to go to my website, Onyx Art Studios, and check out my different workshop offerings. You can also sign up for my mailing list to hear about new dates and sales whenever they're happening. This helps me to continue to make free content for you here on YouTube. So now I'm going to be adding the colors. As you can see, I've put some yellow and some orange down, and I'm coming in with a little purple. I'm trying to put the dye in places where I haven't put any dye since they are opposite colors. I just want to play around with the color, and now I'm coming in with some red, and I'm going to put that kind of all over because I think it will kind of help to meld the opposite colors together. Now I'm going to let this melt, and I did not use any soda ash because this dye says that it has fixative in it. The ice has completely melted and it's been sitting overnight. You can see the runoff down below, and the next step is to open it.
Okay, you guys, so this one has been sitting for over 24 hours, and I'm curious to see how it turned out. All right, let's look.
So I'm opening it up very carefully. This is always the most exciting part. And I just wanted to let you guys know that I have a lot of ice dyeing videos on my channel. I will link my playlist for ice dye down in the description below, and I'll also put them at the end of this video. Here is a close-up of the pattern, and I like the pattern, but you can see that the colors are not super vibrant. The t-shirt is still wet, and I'm going to wash it and dry it to see what it really looks like. All right, so it's been washed and dried, and it turned out okay, but I think that I'm gonna add a little bit more color to it and do another pass just to kind of like make it a little bit more dynamic. You can see I got some nice kind of colors here, but I don't know, I'm not that impressed with it. So I'm just going to tie it up again and then re-dye it. So when I tried to retie it, I used the patterns as a guide. I'm trying to kind of recreate the patterns because I do like the pattern and the layout of this shirt, but I want to add a little bit more color. I decided to go back to my tried and true Dharma trading colors and use traditional tie-dye to punch up the colors for this shirt. Here it is, it's all ready to go, and I'm going to go over the supplies I used for the next steps. The additional supplies I used to do the second part of this project are a bucket to mix up my soda ash that I mixed with water, Procyon dyes, and I will put those down in the description below, squeeze bottles to apply the dye, and cling wrap to wrap it while it batches. So I'm going to put my tied up t-shirt into my soda ash solution. I usually use about 2/3 of a cup of soda ash to 6 cups of water. This is the same ratio but much less water. And I'm going to start to mix up my dyes. I'm using Rust Brown from Dharma Trading. I'm going to just make a little bit because I'm doing such a small piece. And then I'm using a reddish purple from Pro Chem. It's actually a tie-dye kit. I really like this purple color, so I'm going to come in with the rust first. I'm just putting down some color. And I'm trying to use colors that I have that are like a little darker than what I have in the results. So now I'm coming in with that reddish purple. I'm just going to really saturate the piece. And I just want to make sure that it's on both sides. And I'm going to clean it up, and then I'm going to wrap it with some cling wrap next and let it batch overnight. All right, so this has been batching overnight, and it's really saturated with dye. So I'm going to open it up now. Oh, wow. Here's a close-up of the t-shirt after I unwrapped it. It's still wet. You can see I maintained the same patterns and layout, but the colors are a little more vibrant. So now I'm going to rinse until the water runs clear, and I'm going to actually soak it just to make sure that all of the extra dye comes out. And then next I'm going to wash it on hot with Synthropol and dry it on hot. Here is the finished result after dyeing, and I think the shirt turned out pretty nice. As far as this kit goes for ice dyeing, I would not really recommend it. I think that it works great for tie-dye, and I think that there are other tie-dye kits that you can use for ice dyeing, but this one is not the one. I really like the Pro Chem tie-dye kit for ice dyeing. That one works really well. I have other videos using that and reviewing that kit. I'll put that in the end of this video for you to check out. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up and check out my social media at Onyx Art Studios, and be sure to check out my website for my online dyeing classes. Here are some other ice dyeing videos that you might find interesting. Be sure to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe for new tutorials every week. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!